Hello YouTube, Beachernaut here, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. This is Duna Episode 2. Today we're taking a station out to Duna to sit in orbit. I kind of like to see how people build their stuff, so I did basically a time lapse of me building mine. I don't know how useful it'll be to you, but I think it's pretty cool to watch somebody build stuff. So the requirements for this are it needs to hold 4 Kerbals, a power antenna, and a docking port. So it was pretty basic, but I kind of wanted to build one that I could expand and would be useful for me for my other Duna missions. And I do like the puller design where the engines pull, so I had to use some. I had to get kind of innovative with my fuel lines, so I wouldn't run out of fuel on small tanks. And as you can see, I'm also pulling a lander and a fuel ship on this. Oh yeah, and one of the requirements was a what do you call it? A science module. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, I am running carbonite and that fuel ship that's hanging off one of the arms. I have no idea if it'll work because I don't have much experience with carbonite. But anyway, here it is in orbit over Kerbin, and technically it's actually ready to head to Duna. But I know me, I had more fuel. For some reason, I'm planning a trip to Duna and designed for a trip to Jewel. I tend to overbuild my stuff. I think if I'd have been thinking about it, I probably would have just left it with the one orange tank, because if I recall correctly, that got us there. So here I am using. I went EVA so I could hook up the pipes for the Kerbal attachment system. So basically, what this does is it makes those two tanks act as one. In this application, it's not any different than running a fuel line from the bottom tank to the top tank. So as I'm burning it off, I'm taking my fuel out of that bottom tank. So when it empties, I can let it go and have less mass to move. Now, I had planned on showing the burn and watching my orbit get bigger, but it took so long that in order to the time acceleration on the video was literally, it was so bad that this software I'm using for the video editing started getting clunky and freezy when I tried to do that kind of time acceleration in video. So I show you what it looks like with the engines running as we're starting our burn to leave Kerbin and go to Duna. And then here we are, we're in Duna's sphere of influence. Excuse me. So I get in there to do some aero braking at Duna, and as usual, I don't go deep enough to really make much of a difference, but as usual, I've overbuilt my ship to the point where I've got plenty of fuel. So you can see here pretty soon I'll fold up my solar panels and hit the atmosphere. And, you know, as useless as it was, because I didn't go very deep. I think I went to 35 kilometers. And I don't remember how deep I need to go, but it's a lot deeper than that to do an aero capture to orbit. Or an aero brake to orbit. Whatever you want to call it. But anyway, here we are. We've got an orbit, and this is just basically, you know, massaging that orbit to what I want. If I recall correctly, I did a 100 kilometer by 100 kilometer orbit. If I'm not sure, but I think it's on the equator. But anyway, there it is. We have our station at Duna. We completed the contract, and now we're ready to find a contract with for a base. Now the video for the base will probably be a little more in depth, because I'm gonna have to do a lot of building and testing, because it's been a long time since I've done a base on Duna. So Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this short episode. I hope you like my design, and we'll see you next time.